21st, the Dow Jones closed up almost 1%. The S&P was up 65 basis points, 0.89%. The Nasdaq finished up 1.29%, 329 points up. The Nasdaq 100, 555 points up, 1.93%. And the Russell 2000 finished up 1.53%, or nearly 45 basis points. Excuse me, that's 550, not 555. Let's get into what happened today. Okay, so make sure to subscribe to my channel. Yesterday we did call out the bullish abandoned baby pattern. This is my YouTube channel. We did call it out today. We did predict that the market was going to rebound here. We also posted it here on SOXX as well. And here was my chart from yesterday. Obviously from the video, this is where it was. 694 here, and this is where it is after. 707 peaked here today at 709. That is a massive call out. That is why it's very important to get your information from the correct people that actually give you levels, and people that actually know what they're doing about. Again, let's get into the charts. Let's figure out what happened today and why. 1.29% higher. It did have a close above its 55 EMA, which is bullish here. We do have 3 white soldiers here in progress. We're looking for a third candle to come up here and engulf these other candles here. Obviously, what does that depend on? It does depend on the earnings tomorrow for Google, Tesla, IBM, and so forth. One of the levels that we want to consider tomorrow is this previous day high here that was rejected here at 705. Definitely a level to be concerned with. And obviously we have our previous day close here, which is a level to look out for. What you can't do in situations like this is reject up here near your 50% pivot here, come back right down here and create an inverse head and shoulders. That would be your left. That would be your this would be your left. This would be your right, and then top portion here would be your head, and you might create a bearish channel here as well. Okay. Looking at some other charts here on the ES. We did have a Morningstar reversal here, as we mentioned yesterday on stream. These were also marked out on stream yesterday as well. We have our squeeze zone here. Within the squeeze zone, we do have our bull flag here, and these are our 95% zones here, going up into our squeeze zone that we did mark out eloquently yesterday as well. And we still do have a 55 EMA close above the daily on the S&P 500. Here in after hours, I am concerned with a retracement here to 7523 here. I do think that is likely, at least going to tomorrow. What we can form here is an evening star reversal that I've showed you guys before. What does the evening star reversal looks like? Evening star reversal chart pattern looks like this, right? So you have a candle that looks like this, left, right, bullish engulfing, doji trace star middle here, followed by a bearish engulfing candle to the downside. Again, levels to consider all this 50% line. I do think price can come back down here overnight, right? But we obviously have to wait for market to open here. Levels to be concerned with is no different from what we just mentioned on the Qs here. If we go ahead and just draw our head right here, you can have a possible left. Again, you can come all the way back down here and create an inverse head and shoulders. What does the inverse shoulders, head and shoulders look like? Looks like this. Here's your left, here's your head, here's your right. It can also look like this. Okay, where you create your bull flag, which would be right here, to break out. So you can see that right here, just what I said, left, here's your head, right, here's your right. Come up here, create your bull flag to do what? You're either going to rip up or rip down here, but you have your levels marked out here that you got from here, hollow point trading in real time to make money. Look at the SOXX. We do have a bullish close above the 55 EMA, and we have a borderline dragonfly doji here, categorized by the open close high. We did have the 55 EMA recapture that we did break through. I am concerned about, we still have a bearish channel. So again, no different from how we just mentioned again on SPY. Again, these are some of the easy setups here, guys, right? You have a left, you have your possible head here, and you have your right, okay? You also have a 3 white soldiers in progress. What would that mean? We get another green candle here. Obviously, we broke down here. This is an easy trade as well, right? 3 down, 3 black crows down, inside bar up. One of the easiest trades you can take here within breaking out of your bearish channel here. Here are your levels here. Levels that I really want to break above and stay above are this 546 level here. If we break out, I would be looking at puts here to the downside. If we break above here, I'm looking for continuation here into this upper zone here, the full price target for the monthly expected levels here at 595. Again, completely depends on earnings and capex guidance, but right now this is looking pretty bullish, obviously, despite this bearish downtrend. And frankly, right, you do have a left, you do have a head, and you have your possible right, which might form over here. So again, right, you broke out of your bearish channel. What are you creating now? A bullish channel, right? So simple thing here that you can do is, right, from a technical perspective, draw your trend up here, right? Create this bullish channel up here, right? Obviously, price is going to adjust over, right? So it can come all the way over here, right? But the point is, right, I want to be trading up, not down. But in choppy and bear markets, you do tend to chop a lot, or when there's a lot of indecision and kind of macro and economic factors that you do have to consider. That's why I always tell you people on the streams, right, that we want to do macro, the what, fundamental, why, the use case for the stock, and then the technical portion, right, that we're talking about right here on the charts as well. Okay. Prices today was MMM did have earnings. It's a 3M company. They jumped more than 7% after Q2 earnings came in better than expected, and General Motors beat on top and the bottom lines, lifting the stock nearly 5%. Blue chips beat that helped ease concerns about the health of corporate America, and the season-wide stat doing the heavy lifting. Basically, roughly 66 S&P names reported. Nearly 88% of them have topped bottom line estimates per fact set. And what that did was that beat rate gave buyers and it gave them permission to press into Alphabet, IBM, and Tesla for later this week. So right now, the crypto markets did go up today. The risk appetite blend to crypto too. Coinbase surged 12% amid a broader crypto rally. And we do have renewed optimism around the U.S. Clarity Act and Bitcoin reclaiming 65,000 when Bitcoin and semis ripped the same day. That's a broad risk on signal, not a sector story. So when you start to see things like this in the chart here, okay, and then you obviously see Bitcoin start to catch a bed here, right, after it doesn't catch a bed for a while, which is criminal, but that's a different story for a different time here, right? That's something that you want to pay attention to, right? What are the markets telling you? They are risk on despite all these economic concerns here. So when Bitcoin starts to catch a bed, when crypto in general starts to catch a bed, right? What is crypto? Crypto is viewed as risky, right? Bitcoin levels for overnight and tomorrow, things that you do want to consider are these highs here from pre-market that we rejected from. The previous week high here as well at 65,138. The previous day high as well, marked down here, and so forth. Here's your levels. You can use this, screenshot the chart as well if you want to have access to these. Also, we are running a special promotion on our Discord. We're doing 50% off for the first 20 subscribers that come through the doors here for trading signals. Another thing that we do have to consider on Bitcoin is you still have a larger head and shoulders. But again, another mistake that traders make is just because you have a head and shoulders doesn't mean you can go up here. Here you obviously have a clear bear flag that everybody saw. You broke down, right? What are you doing here? You're trying to form a what? You're trying to form an inverse. Here's your left, right? Here's your head. Maybe come back up here. You don't have to come back all the way, right? But the purpose is, right? Create a bull flag somewhere around here. Break up. Close your cup here. Cup close theory for your hollow point traders, right? And then we can start to think about other trades over here. Obviously, until we break these highs up here, we still have a valid head and shoulders. And what you might see in situations like this is a lot of consolidation. So, right, that's what you start to see here, right? This is all consolidation, right? This is all consolidation, right? Obviously, we have some more consolidation because this did take a good while to come back up here. A little bit over a month, looks like. So what happened with semiconductors today? And hopefully you guys find these images helpful. I try to keep images on my slides so that way if you don't know what I'm talking about, you do have a chance to kind of understand here what I am saying here. So I try to keep images on these slides. Hopefully you guys find that helpful. That way you can reference, hey, when he's saying bullshit about and baby, like what does that mean? What is he talking about? Is he crazy? Is he high? Well, I can answer one question. I am high, but I'm not crazy. Okay. But going back over here to the SOXX, right? What happened with the memory names today? After 3 sessions of basically bleeding, right? You can see 3 sessions here. This is the time frame. 1, 2, 3 down, almost like you could have predicted, right? Inside bar back up. We did have key sectors up 5.2%, and on the bets of AI and everything that's kind of powering this market, right? It's still a good play. So remember what started the bleed. Last week, semis got hit after the Chinese startup Moonshot AI unveiled an AI model that claimed narrows the gap with the top U.S. offerings and with our stocks and different things that we're offering. So basically, we sold down because China said, hey, we have the same model over here as you, and it's better and it's cheaper. That's all. And I think that is a real concern for the AI trade. I think all we really keep hearing is we're better than China. China sells Temu-like products. But it doesn't matter, right? That's the difference, right? That's why you have Lacoste shirts. That's why you have Versace shirts. That's why you have Louis Vuitton shirts. That's why you have Hanes shirts, right? They're all differing in price. But at the end of the day, right, who are you going to attract, right? You're going to attract the Louis Vuitton people, right? Are you going to check the Gucci people, right? Or are you going to, you know, reach out and capture the people that are wearing Hanes for $8.99? These people, right, are going to go out of business, right? So they keep trying to spike these memory prices up. But one thing they haven't considered is what happens if China does exactly what Gemini did to ChatGPT. What did Gemini do? Gemini literally offered a different platform, right, for about $20 versus, you know, ChatGPT's. Yes, ChatGPT also has $20 options, but they're shitty, right? One is better than the other, and one also costs less. Even if Gemini wasn't better, right? You have credits, you have all these different things, right? You have ChatGPT down here, right? Am I going to pay 400 or 100? I'm going to pay 100, right? And who else is going to be at 100? A lot of other people compared to that 400. Okay. So basically, the memory trade went vertical. Traders snapped up memory chip names ahead of the key tech reports due this week that will shed light on the state of the AI trade. The Roundhound memory ETF DRAM jumped up 11%, while Micron, Western Digital, and Seagate each added about 12%. That's basically positioning, not fundamentals. Money front running the prince through the highest beta AI door available. That is where I told it, and that's where I'm telling you guys we do need to be careful. What you can still create here is an inverse, right? So they have you trapped right here. They have a lot of longs here trapped. So again, right, you came all the way down here. Now you're back up here. You're on your 50-50 line, right? You're basically on a pivot level here. You have to react to price. They can flush you down right here, right, or they can rip you up. Okay, that's why I'm not really fond of swing trading. And really, if you're doing swing trading, like I mean, hats off to you. You got balls, but I mean, you know, I'm not grabbing contracts that are $5,000 and $10,000 overnight. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that is safe, and I think that's very risky. Okay, right? When you're having 12% to 15% gap ups, right, overnight, you need to be very careful. I'll grab my positions, right? Not, you know, what I consider a swing at this point is I'm grabbing a position a month out. I'm fine taking a lot less percentage ROI back on my position versus, right, having $5,000 smoked overnight. I'd rather make my $500, $600 to make $5,000, right? With basically at any given moment, Iran can strike us, Trump can talk. I have a chance to recover my calls and or puts, you know, far out, right? But if you're doing 0-day options, you lose everything here. Speaking of 0-day options here, let's get into what happened and let's take a look at our Discord wins here and go from there. And we called out QQQ 704 calls, 0 days, and we also called out SPY 746 calls in the money, and they went from $350 all the way up here to $5,000. I averaged some more contracts showing people my full position for full transparency here. Posted it here in real time. They went all the way up to $5,244, peaking today at the top, close to 80%. I think my last screenshot here was at about 70%. Nope, you can see right here, SPY 746 calls here for 88%. But one of the best things I like to do is lock in profits here. Here, let's see how some of our members did today here. Right off the rip here, some people watched my Substack from last night. Congratulations, y'all. Y'all were prepared instead of not being behind. We had QQQ calls in the money. We have Hollow the Goat right here calling out my 746 calls and these puts and these other things I was in. Chris, after having 2 crappy days, went 10 for 10 on his trades with me today. Roshan here had no trades. He was busy. Void, one of our new members here, got 393 days a day trading with me. And also Chandra also got some more money following me here as well. We have more wins here. Void, starting to look like a payoff here again. Void here with some more money here. Brass Knuckles here, new member here, sizing correctly. Went about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 for 7 today, following my trades here. Joel here printing as usual again. Dude, fucking good job for you. And some other people here. We got Sweets here with 1.87 gains. Punk Beach here with $617 worth of gains. Hunky right here as well. And it was overall a good day. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video to see what happened, how I broke this chart down here in real time. Let's fucking get it.